Gee, what you got there? Since you asked, I've got the Intake RTA. This is a collaboration with Mike Vapes. Let's check this out. So if you're unfamiliar with where I get a lot of my stuff, this was in our 2nd September vape box. I get a tank box and then I get an RTA box. This month, both pieces of hardware came from Augvape, and this one's the RTA that was the collaboration with Mike Vapes. Hey, Mike Vapes, if you're watching this video right now, I just want to say hi. What's up? Hi. So let's take a look real quick at the front here. We see Augvape Intake RTA, shows its collaboration project. That says Mike Vapes. It's just a little hard to see on my camera. This is their official tag. They've got a whole bunch of social media networks. We'll rotate around here. Let's read the back real quick. Shows an address, China, something like that. And then it says One Piece Intake RTA, One Piece Glass Tube, their website, and that's it. That's nothing on the bottom, little logo on the top. Pretty simple, I guess. Let's pop this sucker open and see what we got inside. Oh, there we go. All right, so there's the top, put that over there. So right as we open it, we got this neat tool. 2 different flatheads on the top and a Phillips on the bottom. See how this sucker comes out? All right, so I'm assuming that this is going to be the tank right here. Must be smarter than the packaging. Wow, this is really in there. Here's that, here's this. Okay, we got that out. Set that over there, this over here. Here is the Intake RTA. I want to set this down real quick. Let's see what else we got in the packaging. Looks like an extra piece of glass. Okay, so we've got straight glass and bubble glass. Here's a bag of O-rings, goodies. Oh, some drip tips in there. Let's pop that open. Oh, some extra screws, O-rings, gaskets, all sorts of goodies in there. I want to grab these right here though. So, looks like 2 different drip tips. And then maybe this is an adapter or something. We'll see what this goes to later. So already from the top, I can tell here's the drip tip. It's a pretty cool looking tip there, pretty short though. Here's another one. So this one's kind of a bit longer on the top. And then, so let's pull that out. Yeah, it's pretty short on the top there. You compare the two, set that down. I like the blue though. That's a pretty nice looking. It's like a little bit of white shine on the top, like almost like a marble look. Pretty solid blue around the rest of it. So that's pretty cool looking top. Now I believe this said it was top fill, but I don't know how it opens. Oh, okay. See these pins here? So at first I thought like it was a thread that was going to screw, and it is actually just goes in and it's like a quarter turn kind of thing. So it turned and I felt it pop right off, and it came right off. Here's a gasket right here, popped right off. So here's how we're going to fill it up. Those are kind of small, but I'm sure they're well efficient enough. You can see kind of like this here is just a nice long straight down the top. I don't know if my camera does it any justice. This is a long tube that goes right down to the bottom. Oh, let's check out airflow. Okay, turns there, stops on both sides, and there are 2 airflow slots. There we go, and this ring, oh, Jesus Christ. And apparently the ring comes off. I hope I didn't break it. So we know that comes off. And then you just spin it, turns it, and then it goes back into that lock feel. All right, let's, maybe if I'll take this off from the bottom. Interesting. Look at that build deck. Woo! We'll pull this glass off. All right, looks like this is coming off. Glass pops right off. And is this solid? Something's jingling a little bit. I don't know it's this right here, like some kind of plate or something. Oh, it spins. So this spins around. It's got a little bit of a jingle to it, but it stays right in place, doesn't come out at all. I wonder, so it looks like when you put this on, you just have to kind of, must be how it lines up for your airflows. Set this down, take a look at this deck. So this is a single coil RTA. And you would put your coil in there and you'd have 1 lead goes across here, 1 lead goes there. It's got the open side there, so you just kind of like put it in and turn it in place. So your airflow will come from here, from the top through. This is connected right here. This is all solid. And your airflow would come up right there in the middle. So you get a good hit right there on your coil from 2 different air feeds. So this should have some pretty good flavor. I'm surprised that it's not an adjustable 510 pin, but maybe that's normal. My last RTA had an adjustable 510, so I'm not really sure. I'm new to RTAs, so I'm not sure how common or uncommon it is to have non-adjustable 510s, but it is protruding quite a bit. It's got a pretty good bit sticking out of it, so, but food for thought. Let's go ahead and build on this thing. Finally got it wicked up. I know I've got a little bit more cotton sticking out the bottom than I've heard is recommended. I'm going to try it like this, see how it vapes, and if I have any problems with it or don't like it, I know one of the first things I'll get started with will be removing some cotton. But I feel like there's definitely room. There's room in there between the hole and the cotton, so the juice should definitely soak up there without too much of a problem. So we'll see how that works. Quite the process to get all that in, but it gave me something to do for a while. Some juice. This is Better Days from Secret Menus, and this is supposed to be a like a sweet apple, I believe. It smells pretty darn sweet right there. I'm just gonna juice up on the coil a little bit just to help get the cotton started. All right, let's let that soak up and then we'll take a look at it. So it's pretty juiced up. I've only got it on 40 watts right now. This coil reads at 0.68 ohms. It's got all right flavor. I'm gonna say it's probably my coil though. A lot of restrictiveness. This is probably the most restrictive tank I've ever had. Decent flavor, but I'm gonna say that's probably my coil. We'll use this for a few days. I'm definitely going to, instead of refilling this, I'll probably let it run low, and then I'll take it apart and I'm gonna put a different coil in. I think I have some aliens laying around somewhere. I think I'll use an alien coil. I've never used a tiger coil before, and it just don't really feel like I have the hint of the apples, but it's just not as much flavor as I would think that I would get off of an RTA. I feel like an RTA should be a ton of flavor, and this is just a lot of restriction and subtle flavor. Yeah, I don't really taste much of anything. Huge clouds though, only at 45 watts. So we'll use this for the day. I'll run my tank down, I'll take it apart, and then I'll put a different coil in, and we'll come back in probably about a week, and I'll let you guys know what I think about this. All right, it's been well over 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks now. I've been using this on and off with a few of my other tanks. So my current build is I have a nichrome alien coil that reads at 0.24 ohms, and I've been running it at 37.5 watts. That's my sweet spot I found on here. I hate to say it, but I'm disappointed with the flavor. I understand, like I totally get it. This is a single coil RTA, so I was not expecting the flavor that you would get from like dual coils or maybe like mesh coils. Like I get it, I get it. I wasn't expecting huge flavor, but I found that I really am not getting very much flavor at all. I have to use my juices that I find to be my strongest flavor juices are really the only ones that I can use on this tank. And even then, I find myself going, man, this juice tasted so much better in like basically every other tank. And I hate to say it because I had lots of high hopes for this. I thought I was doing something wrong. I've tried 4 different coils. I even went to my vape shop and I told them what was going on and what I was doing. I'm like, what coil do you recommend for this? What's the best coil I can put in this? And I bought a brand new coil for this. I've tried multiple different wicking methods, more cotton, less cotton, more tails, less tails. I've wicked this thing. I can't even tell you how many times I've done this. I think at least 4 coils, and each coil I probably wicked 2 or 3 times. This alien one, I've done this alien one at least 2 or 3 times, and it's okay. Like, I get flavor. I get pretty big clouds, but I'm a flavor person. I like lots of flavor. I don't really care about clouds, and I found that really I have to use my strongest juice, and even then I find myself using it and going, I'm just going to use my other tank today. And I almost felt to the point like I was forcing myself to use it, and I hate to say it because I know it's a good tank. I've heard good reviews about it. Maybe I just have other tanks that are better than this one, and it's difficult for me to compare this one because I'm unfairly comparing it to things. So things that I found: airflow, incredibly restrictive. I don't mind restrictive airflow, but even at that, it still feels kind of more restrictive than I would like. So, and that's with airflow all the way open. So be aware of that. If you're somebody who doesn't like restrictive airflow, you will not like this at all. But if you do like restrictive airflow, this might be right up your alley. Maybe you guys in the comments have experienced this, and maybe you know wicking methods that maybe I didn't try, or maybe you can lead me to the right area that might have some good wicking ideas. But I feel like I've looked around and I tried what I found, and I just couldn't get flavor off of it. I just really felt that the flavor, I get it, it's single coil. I know, man, like I know people are gonna be like, oh, it's single coil, what are you expecting? Flavor, I expected something. And I just felt like I had to use my strongest juice to get any flavor at all. And I was reluctant to even make a conclusion for this video, but I felt it would also be unfair for me not to provide my feedback. This is my feedback, man. You may try this, or you may own this, and you may have completely different feedback. And let me know in the comments. Like maybe you have this, you're like, oh no, man, try this cotton, or try this coil, or try this juice with it. And I'm all about trying stuff. I love trying stuff. So I'm not saying that I'm gonna like just throw this away and I'm done with it. You know, my conclusion after using it for a few weeks was I had to re-wick it multiple times, and then I had to use my strongest juice to get any flavor off of it. And that's what I got, man. It's restrictive airflow, single coil, not too bad to build on. I didn't mind the building at all. It took a little bit for me to get used to it, but once I figured out how to do it, building it and wicking on it was fun and neat, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty easy. I just felt like I don't get the flavor that I thought I was going to get with an RTA, and that kind of left me a little bit disappointed. I like lots of flavor. I just don't feel like there's a lot of flavor on this. So that's where I'm going to leave it, man. You let me know if you've got this. Let me know what you think about it. Provide me some feedback. And if you also think that you don't get as much flavor as you like, let me know as well too. Let me know I'm not the only guy out there that just doesn't seem to get that much flavor off of it. That's all I got for you guys. I have my tracking information. My new vape box should be here tomorrow. I'm gonna record that as soon as I can. And the new vape box, something unicorn or something, like I don't remember off the top of my head. It's coming. Vape box seems to be hyping up pretty good, so I can't wait to open that up. So make sure you guys are subscribed so that we can check out that unboxing next week.